What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Down South Adventures. Now, when you're overlanding, you're going off-road, you know, we all love our lights. We've got like 30 of them on every vehicle that we have, but sometimes those things get old, outdated, and busted, and we're gonna need to replace our pod lights. So, what do we got today, babe?
Today we have a set of pod lights from Novsight.
Novsight. I'm not sure. Either way, these have amber covers, so we're hoping they look a little better on Bella, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so I went with Novsight because they have phenomenal reviews online, and all of their lights have a 2-year warranty right off the bat. These should be exactly the same size as the rigid lights that we're currently using. The difference is these have changeable covers. So if we're going somewhere where we think we're going to be in some fog, we can throw on these ambers. That's not going to throw that fog light back up in your face. It kind of cuts through a little better.
So these feel nice.
Yeah, they feel really heavy.
They look really good quality.
Pull one of the covers off so we can see what the actual light. When you go to order these, they have like 6 different lighting options. So as far as if you wanted a flood or a wide beam, things like that. I think you'll just unclip them from here. All right, that looks so see, that looks super cool. I mean, I don't even know if we'll run the covers now, but then again, you've got those
and these
amber
are going
covers
to clip on just real easily. Maybe.
They look super cool, don't they?
Yeah.
So we're hoping this is going to be a quick, easy install. Yeah, that's cool looking. I like that.
I love the way the lights look inside there.
Yeah.
And then of course you've got clear. If you, well, no,
no, you've got black. Those are tinted black.
Well, that's cool.
So they just kind of make it look kind of mean.
Cool. So inside also comes all the wiring.
Yep.
Lots of different wiring.
You've got individual switches if you want to use those. Guys, we already have, like I said, we have existing lights up here already. So we're probably just going to wire these straight into our switch control. But yeah, look at these connections, guys. I mean, very high quality connections on this. Yeah, and the price is half of what you're going to pay for like a rigid or a Baja design. And guess what? They're going to work. All right. So do you think you're going to run them with a cover, or do you think you're going to run them with just the light showing?
I actually think I'm going to run them with the ambers.
Yeah, I think the ambers will look cool.
And the bracket's pretty beefy too.
Yep. That is a beefy bracket.
A good bracket. So I just really have been wanting an amber light, which is ultimately why I chose these, is because it gave me the amber option. So yeah, we'll probably be running it with the ambers.
I think so. Yeah, I love the way they look. All right, guys, so we will get them mounted up real quick, and then of course we will get you some nighttime footage. And you know, who knows, I still have the rigid on my Jeep, so maybe we'll put them in the field at night and do a comparison of the light output to see what we think is better. What do you think, babe? Good idea?
Sounds like a great idea.
All right, guys, so I didn't show the first one, but we're gonna just remove this cowl. So you just remove the windshield wiper first, then we'll go over there and get the other one, but then you just take out these 4 screws. There's 2 on each end. So we've got the first side loose, and we'll go over and get that other side in just a second. We're also installing decals at the same time. Jason didn't want to be on a YouTube video, but here he is, just because he said he didn't want to be. You're going to pop that center snap out. So when you take those end screws out, don't forget you've got these snaps, because you will in fact bend your cowl all to shit. So you pull the rear cover of the wiper off, and then you just got to bolt. 13 millimeter, according to Mike. He just knows that stuff. All right, so once you get that off, now you can see why we take the time to do that, because it makes running these wires much easier. And the good news is it looks like the rigid connector is exactly the same as the Novsight. Hold on, let me come over there, Mike. Yeah, so it looks like the connectors are gonna be the exact same, isn't it?
It's real close. They're both Deutsch connectors.
Man, those covers are meant to be broken, apparently.
Yep, they're dried up.
Wow. It's gonna be a 4-minute review, guys.
As long as the polarity's the same.
Okay.
They've not switched, you know, because the LED won't work.
Gotcha.
But if it is, we can just swap the pins over and keep going. We'll still have that number.
Sweet.
Does that cap right there come out? And you just pop those pins right out. That little trigger slide out, flip them right back in.
Nice. All right, so we're just looking at the picture to see which way this bracket mounts. I think we're gonna mount it like that.
Yeah, it shows it with them pointing up a little. So I guess if you wanted it to go
we're just
down,
gonna put them. We're not gonna put them up, but we'll put them
forward,
level and diagonally. So guys, our install is gonna be super quick, but we're gonna have Mike talk you through later what you would do.
Is that gonna be enough low? I mean, that's lower than the
yeah,
other
that's
one.
lower than the other one. Yeah, you can come up. You can come up level.
Well, I just want to make sure we didn't need to flip the bracket around.
Yep.
All right,
I think that'll be good. All right, guys. So in the hardware, all you're gonna do is drop one of your bolts through the center, and then you'll put on your.
These other two will be for the fog light itself. Larger washers and nut. Lee puts it all together. No washers on the top, so it holds itself.
Did you say no washer on the top?
No washer on the top because it.
Oh, gotcha. So you can see those little ridges are going to hold that bolt in place and keep it from turning.
No flat washer, lock washer, nut. And let's just adjust it wherever you see fit. You want to, well, you want to cover the old marks, or do
probably, yeah.
Get them kind of tucked back?
Yeah, we'll cover the old marks just so that it doesn't look.
The closer it is, the less likely it's going to be get the hole and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be like, it was at this point that the neighbors started to mow and weed eat. All right, guys. So we just turned it on just to make sure that this side worked and the plug was copacetic with each other. And I just wanted to compare it to the rigid. I think the rigid looks harsher to look at, but I think the beam on this one is supposed to be further and wider. And you can see these little magnifying bubbles in there. Can you see that, Jason?
I can.
So guys, when I'm telling you it looks like there's magnifiers in here, I can't really get it to show on camera, but it is a very different style light than what I've seen. Pretty excited to see what this looks like at night. And so you can see what we have. It's just your basic run-of-the-mill rigid. It's been fine. It's just there's nothing special about it. But I can't wait to see these. So, and one thing that's different is if you look, these lights sit up higher, and those over there, I'll zoom in,
stick out a lot
are more compact, more low. So we're probably going to be less likely to hit them on something. Flat washer, lock washer,
no.
And the nut. You'll run your side screws in both sides, and it's got a little washer on the side screws as well, little lock washer.
Yep. These are stainless hardware, so I would hand tighten, would not put the battery powered impact on it.
But it is nice that it's stainless hardware, because if you looked at the previous lights, they were actually very, very expensive lights. They did not have stainless hardware, and it rusted. Yeah, man, I don't know if I would put a cover on them because the light looks so cool.
And it's a nice looking piece. I don't know how. Well, we were almost full of it over there.
Yeah, just a little bit, I think.
We're still out a pretty good ways there.
So normally these are considered ditch lights, guys, but if you look right there, these mirrors are extremely bright and they light the ditches up. So I think we're gonna put them straight. So yeah, to make it look aesthetic, we lined up the center screw.
Kind of straightish or down a little bit?
No, that's good. I think that looks good. So one thing to note, guys, the front of these lights, they also send you a small Allen to take those covers off. So that's pretty cool. All right, so there it is without the cover. And here it is with the cover. And yeah, that looks so cool. It's just a badass light, guys. I love it. And since all of Lagatha's lights are amber now, I feel like I need it. All right, she's gonna put her other amber cover on, just show you how these flip on. So they're all protected, so they're nice, no scratches.
Go out there, they run through a little loop, and they go out there and stay in the way, and have 2 different lanes, make it
slide. And once they're on there, they feel sturdy. Like you're not gonna have to worry about them coming off. Yep. Nice. That is so good.
Yeah, he carried on a bunch of
good looking light.
Jerry McClure and Kate Osborne done real good with them. They were probably...
So if you decide to run the black covers, they do have the logo, which looks pretty cool on there. Just if you're trying to keep them covered from bugs, and these are lights that you only use when you're off-road. So that's what these covers are good for. All right. This is the most pit crew style review we've ever had. All right, guys. So in a second, we're gonna show you what you would have done if you didn't already have a set of lights on your Jeep, where you need to run that wire. So guys, this is what I was talking about with there being different style of lights. So you can get an auxiliary, driving light. You can get a spotlight. You can get the auxiliary fog light, which looks like what we have. And then you can get the floodlight. So that's one of the reasons that the beam looks so different on what we have now, because it's the auxiliary fog light. So this is kind of the beam pattern of each of these. All right, guys, so real quick, even though we didn't have to use them, I wanted to show you what we got going on here. So this is it looks like a very nice wiring kit as well. You've got an inline fuse there, and then you've got decent looking switches here for the lights as well. So Mike's just gonna show you what you would do with that if you didn't have a set that was already hooked up.
So if you go into your battery, if you want it to work all the time, you'll just put these straight on your battery, and then your fog lights can be on or off anytime. If not, you'll need to find a switch source, or you can use one of these. But no, you can strip these ends off right here, and then you can connect them to your terminals. Some have ring terminals, some have like a speaker terminal on an amp, where you'll just run in there and put a set screw on it.
Yep.
And then you don't need this switch, but you're going to have a circuit with high enough amperage. Like this has got a 30 in it.
Gotcha.
So it probably needs at least 20 or 25 amps or something.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
All right, guys, it's about 8:45, so it doesn't look very dark. Go ahead and turn them on so I can get a good view of them just on. Super yellow. It's so cool. Yeah, it's so cool. Let's kind of go to the side here. Yeah, these lights are cool, guys. All right, so Miss Kim, let's turn them on. Damn, okay. So you can see it lights up a pretty wide swath. That's with the yellow covers, and they kind of converge in the middle. So it's just a very, very different pattern than you were thinking, because again, these are fog. And so each of those patterns is on the box. They each have their own beam. So yeah, it covers basically the swath of the whole road. So if you were looking at it in a fog situation, I think it's really gonna cut through that, because you don't want the light to just bleed out and cover the whole picture, because it'll light up all that fog. So these are just gonna kind of cut through. All right, so now I've taken the yellow covers off, and I wanna see if that makes a difference. Go ahead and turn them on, babe. Those are pretty bright. All right. Let's see if I can show you that bulb and how neat it is. So yeah, now you can see kind of how that lights up. It's just such a super neat light. All right, and let's look at how they light up the field. Cut them back off. And, all right, go ahead. It's a lot brighter without the fog cover. But again, if you want that for fog, those amber covers are gonna be your friend. But yeah, they do throw light a very long ways. So let me back up to where you can see the Jeep. Yeah, those lights throw a ton of light. They look great without the yellow covers, but I think they look better with the yellow covers. So we're definitely gonna keep those covers. Yeah, like these lights a lot, especially for that price point. I mean, because when you look at these things, they are really good looking light.
All right, guys, I really love the look of these Novsight lights. They make a great addition to Bella. I love the shape. I love the way the bulb pattern looks. And I really like being able to put the covers or take the covers on or off based off if I want ambers or if I want white light. For the price point, you just can't beat it. All right, guys, if you've watched this video until the end, please give us a thumbs up to let us know that you've watched the video. Also, drop us a comment. Let us know what you think about the install of these Novsight lights. And if you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.